that is a challenge from Mitch that I do not endorse. Hi everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Midnight World Snare Island. This is DMD RPG and I'm your DM Duchess, JenOfThieves. And Mara is there we go. She's back.
Oof.
Yay. If this is your first time joining, this is session 8. Session 8. So if you want to catch up, we have all of our back episodes available on the YouTube. We also have all kinds of episodes on the YouTube. World of Darkness, Old Gods of Appalachia, Mutants and Masterminds, so much stuff. D&D, Daggerheart. Daggerheart is a current game we are running on Twitch on Fridays. We'll be back this Friday. Available on YouTube on Wednesdays. And then we've also got a YouTube exclusive Demon the Fallen campaign that shows up on YouTube on Fridays. Also run by me. Daggerheart is not run by me. I just cause chaos.
You're a mushroom.
I'm a mooshroom.
Excuse me, mooshroom.
Get it right.
I
also
respect
have
the fungus.
As you should. I will willingly embrace our fungal overlords when they finally strike. We also have a Discord if you want to hang out, chat, vote for games. We have a vote up right now between Vampire the Masquerade or Old Gods of Appalachia. Either of those will involve me. Either of them. We have signups available for an Everyday Heroes Resident Evil Origins style game run by the victoriously returning DM Daddy. I'm really excited about that. And if you really, really love us, and maybe you want to throw us $1 or so, literally, maybe just $1, we have a Patreon too. Links for everything are down below. How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, okay. This is gonna be good.
I look like I'm glowing.
We are missing our Rebecca. I guess she's gonna be causing chaos in the chat, but we do not get to see her faces. But for faces, I have these. I have Mitch as Brayden, Chi Chi Tri T as the oft freezing Mara, Chef as Rook, and the Lushok as Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to start us off with what the hell happened last time? Brayden, what happened last time?
We woke up and it was still dark out and the village was gathering for some sort of ritual in the middle of the town. And there was some girl watching us from the cabin across the street. Brayden had recited a poem that the lady in yellow had given him once before to comfort himself a little bit because he's a bit stressed out. And then we started discussing what we should do. We thought about splitting up and having one group go towards the group of villagers that are starting this weird ritual, and then another one waiting till later to break off.
Okay. Chef.
After several discussions and a wait, don't run off kind of conversation, we all got mysteriously and kindly marched up into the mountains for a long, hard trek in the dark at Spear Point. You know, the way all good camps start. And then we finally found more places to argue before Ashley pulled out an Iron Man and got Brayden right in the knee.
Yeah. Melissa.
And so we left the supposedly dead body of Brayden just laying there on the trail, surrounded by a couple of villagers that didn't quite believe he was dead, which, surprise, he was not. We traveled on to the cenote of doom, basically, that did not, we were told was going to be purifying for us, but uh, when poor Rook was thrown in, it was not very purifying or fun for anyone. Meanwhile, Brayden ran for the silo because he enjoys causing chaos.
Perfect.
To be fair, he is very good at
Hmm.
it.
And
Yes.
Mara,
Yes.
finally, 2 questions. Are you staying just voice?
Yes, because it's giving issues, so
Okay, let me swap cameras around while you tell us what happened last week. That's the whole frame. Why do I keep doing that?
hopefully you've just...
Oh, well, do we not even get audio from her?
Can you hear... Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what happened last week?
Okay. Well, I don't know what all has been said,
That's fine.
but
We're up to me being lobster boiled.
yeah. Um, thing that, like, when he didn't get hurt in the water stuff, also we basically at least knocked out, like, a bunch of the villagers for who knows how long. Yeah.
Okay. And since Ashley's not joining us, we are going to say that, sort of retconning the outcome a little bit, Rebecca ended up knocked out. And you're just kind of having to drag her along for now.
I will continue to be the pack mule then. I will carry the unconscious Rebecca.
So
Actually,
we're following the direction Braden was being guided, if I remember right.
one person, give me an evens or odds. Okay. Option A or option B, Chef?
B.
You don't know where Rebecca is. When all
At the end of the combat.
the dust cleared and all of the bodies were on the ground, Rebecca's nowhere to be found. You look into the cenote. The water is once again clear and still, like nothing ever happened. She's not in there. She's not on the ground amongst the bodies of the villagers.
Oh, we're still here. Braden's looking around at these villagers and he's awful hungry.
And, Brayden, you know, as I mentioned last time, the direction you should probably be going off in. But that's all you know. You don't know what's over there. You don't know why you feel like you need to go that way.
I'm gonna cut off someone's lower leg with a spear blade. They'll be fine. Everyone else has been fine from their injuries, right? I'm gonna try and
What
do this
the-
out of sight of everyone else.
It's not a quiet thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
Even with, like, surgical steel, that doesn't work.
This is basically like a, sort of an
I need
opening.
food.
It's not easy to,
I'm
like,
just gonna do it. I need food so bad.
okay. Give me a strength and toughness. Everyone will be able to see you. We'll see how far you can get before anyone stops you.
Listen, everyone. I just really need some food, and they'll be okay. Alright, the green seems to protect them, I'm sure. They'll be fine. They don't need this leg. I'm gonna spend 2 seconds to get rid of my stress dice. Or not, 6 seconds, I mean. Wow, if I can get the right number out.
Okay, you pick up a spear and start just kind of like sawing at it, but the spear is clearly made for stabbing, not so much sawing. But everyone watches Brayden as he starts to savagely attempt to amputate one of the villagers' legs.
I walk over and grab the spear. What the fuck are you doing?
Food.
And you want to resort to cannibalism?
Well, they were gonna kill us. I think it's fine if we take a leg. It's not like I'm gonna kill the guy.
You
Do you
could
know
have
how
eaten the
fast-
food last night.
Exsanguination's a
happened.
bitch.
Look what happened when you ate that food.
Yeah, I was full. You're still hungry.
We'll tie him off. It'll be fine. Plus, I'm sure he'll live. The green will keep him alive.
And you're going to go from I'm hungry to I'm going to mutilate and then consume a leg of a stranger of an unknown species raw.
I didn't say I wasn't gonna cook it, but I mean it.
Oh,
It
really?
pretty tasty.
On what? Of all the fires that are not here, of all the ovens that have magically just popped out for a quick latte.
You got any other options?
Yes.
I'm just
We
sawing
actually-
through the whole conversation.
No.
I'm not
He said-
stopping for
He
this
said
whole
he took the
conversation.
spear, so go ahead and roll me strength toughness versus
least-
strength toughness.
I at least grabbed it, if not necessarily took it.
Just both roll me strength and toughness.
Brayden's a hungry man.
Oh my god.
I'm going to spend another 6 seconds to get rid of my stress die. I don't think that'll change anything, actually, because there's a 1 and a 4, right?
It'll
am I wrong on
still
that?
give you one success.
If
Okay.
I do it, it'll give me 2.
Are you
Right.
doing it?
And
Just because I want to spend the seconds anyway, yes.
Okay.
yeah,
Anybody
and
else
I'm
hopping
gonna
in?
actually I'm gonna assist
I like how we both had the
Rook.
same reasoning.
I'm definitely gonna assist, so I'll give him a D8.
Okay. How do you
I'll
assist?
do the seconds. I'm actually gonna probably try to push or pull Brayden away from the person he's trying to mutilate, because I'm terribly horrified and disgusted by this.
That's fair. Okay.
You literally had food last night, and yeah.
And chose not to eat it
Yeah.
because you was a stubborn son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to resort to cannibalism. You know, to be perfectly honest with you, Brayden, if it weren't for the fact that you're actively mutilating a corpse, I actually probably would let you do it just to see what the fuck happens to you. But no, we have better things to do, like running away from the rest of the village without leaving them a nice blood trail to follow.
Well,
You
they
guys-
seem to know where we're at anyways.
You guys start to hear the sounds of just bodies starting to stir. Just
Well, we're
slight
out of
rustlings
time,
on
so
the
I
ground.
guess you win. Let's go. But we should each take a spear in case, something comes up on us.
Does anybody have skill in archery?
I've never shot a bow in my
No.
life.
No, I do not.
I mean, I have theoretical knowledge, but I grabbed the bow and arrow just so that way it cannot be used against us.
That is some good thinking, Rook. We should take as many of their weapons as we can.
Why don't you just throw the ones that throw all the extras back into the cenote where they can't get them?
Well, didn't they say it was for purifying? How do we know it'll burn them?
I
They
didn't
seem to
say
leave
to burn
that
them.
other villager alone.
Who said anything about burning them? I'm throwing it in there so that way they don't have it.
Yeah, I'm grabbing weapons and throwing some into the cenote just in case.
Okay.
I'll grab a weapon as well.
I'll carry as much as I can, and then whatever I can't carry, I'm going to throw into the cenote. Because I think it is a good idea to throw it deep in the water. And the
Okay.
cube is tucked in my shirt.
All right, you can probably carry like 2 spears and like a bow and some arrows each. If
The cube
you
is like
all
the
take all
size-
that, you can get most of the weapons, but that is kind of a bit of a burden.
Is the cube like a Rubik's Cube size?
No, yeah, you're young, but have you seen Fifth Element?
Yes, I've seen Fifth Element.
It's
one of
like
my
it's like
favorite
that
movies.
size. It's like
Okay, so not too big to put in my shirt, since it's a dress shirt like this.
not too big. It's kind of like uncomfortable and
All
scratchy,
flannel.
but like you can fit it in there.
All right. I look over. Is one stirring or is one still flat?
She's still out.
I can't deny, part of me would really like to see what happens to these things if their one dies, but considering the amount of chaos we've already put this, I'm going to go ahead and call it a hive. Through tonight, we probably just need to go ahead and be gone before this turns into a kicked over anthill situation.
Yeah, and I
Agreed.
don't think we can kill them. I think they'll just keep coming back anyways.
Alright, which way are we heading?
I think that was a good direction. Let me start walking the direction I've been guided.
Okay.
I try to take the rear, sort of like keeping an eye behind us to see if any of them are actually standing up, or just like sort of like and groaning or anything.
Okay.
Oh, one thing. What color was the blood on the thing that on the individual that Braden was cutting? Did it look different than human?
It was normal red human blood.
I was really hoping they would bleed green. Both for the bug aspect and for, just the thematic aspect.
Mm-hmm.
The island won't let that be.
Just gotta keep disappointing you
Alright.
personally, Chef. It's my
I'm gonna
goal.
look around for maybe some sort of edible plant while out loud saying, "Hey, anybody see anything we could eat in this foliage here?"
Anybody want to roll acumen wit?
Yes,
Sure.
I do. Yes, I do. Question: Would my app or my photographic memory allow me to have since it's an investigation thing, I would probably at least have seen what poison ivy and stuff like that looks like. So could I identify poison ivy, poison oak, or poison sumac?
Sure.
Cool.
I'm using
If there
6
was
seconds.
any. You don't see any, though. You're using what?
Damn.
I'm using 6 seconds to get rid of my distress die, which will bring me up an hour and level me up.
Okay. And that's level 4, correct?
Yeah.
So distribute your 4 points however you want. And then... Am I rolling for you, Mara, again?
Yeah, my computer's currently frozen on trying to hit submit right now.
Okay.
So,
1 second. Oh, yep, it just went through.
okay.
It brings me up to a 1, I think.
Yep. Did you want to roll, Rook? Okay.
Okay, cool.
You probably could have rolled with aptitude, but that's Melissa, but that's fine. You really only needed to
Oh, okay.
roll 1. There are tons of plants. Absolutely everywhere. Like, not even just like from one region. It kind of seems like as the deeper you get into the woods, the more like mixed. You see like palm trees off in the distance. It makes no sense, but nothing on this island makes sense. But you don't see anything that would really be considered edible. The only food you have found on this whole island that is considered edible was back there in the village. You could eat some of these things. It wouldn't necessarily make you sick unless you ate a lot of them, but it wouldn't taste very good.
I'm gonna eat as much as I can bear.
What are you
Eat the
eating?
pine cone.
Leaves, flowers, seeds.
Leaves,
grass.
flowers, and seeds.
Eat the pine cone. Seriously, it's got pine nuts in it. That's where they come
If
from.
there's pine cones, I'll eat pine cones.
There are pine
Thanks
cones.
for the advice, Rook.
Welcome.
Roll me resilience endurance.
Two. I'm trying to get rid of this fatigue.
You can go down to fatigue 2, so you can undo one of those negatives. However, you don't get very far before you start feeling nauseous. You stop in time before you actually vomit, because you know that would make you even more hungry, even more tired. But you don't get a chance to eat a whole lot before your stomach just doesn't like it. You guys just watch him scarfing down fistfuls of foliage as he passes. No regard for whether or not it's actually something humans are known to consume.
Man's gotta
I
eat.
remember there was this scene like this in one of the Redwall books Miss Yvonne used to read us in the hospital. Didn't end well for the rabbit either. Well,
Oh, the rabbit didn't have a cube, did they?
no. It had a mission and a tribe of shrews. So, details.
Well,
Why
I've
don't you
got a
try to
mission
eat the
too.
cube?
To get us in this cube off this island and back home.
Melissa,
Why don't you
for
see if the cube's edible?
Lick it. Might be a salt lick.
Melissa, as you mention the cube and talk about the cube and think about the cube, for just a fleeting moment, you want it. An image flashes through your mind, you pushing Brayden down, grabbing a spear, plunging it through his chest, and taking the cube from him. Just a second, just a thought. And then it's gone.
Hi, Melissa, you doing alright back there? You look a little spaced out.
Just thinking about our situation. How you doing, nature boy?
Well, I got a little bit of food in me. I'm feeling a bit better. And, I'm feeling pretty good. Despite not having any tobacco in. Hey. And pat my pockets. We don't need a fire, right?
To do what?
Well, I kind of threw my lighter at the face of one of the villagers when I was running.
Yeah.
Then my tobacco in my pipe.
Yeah. It's a bad habit. You don't need it anyway.
Well, the lighter could have been useful.
Could have. I believe you shouted pocket sand?
You were there? Well, you followed
Yep.
me right to the village, but you didn't go to the silo with me?
No, you just really were loud. I mean, holds up hand. Whoosh. I mean, I think we're okay on fire. Jen, out of curiosity, does just doing the whoosh also make me take 2 minutes? I'm fine either way. I'm just curious.
Let me read it because I.
Wait, what did you do? I thought you could just make water. What else can you do?
The aforementioned whoosh. Flamey hand.
Human form.
Okay. Yes. But also, if you kind of at any point try to hold it to something to set it on fire, it doesn't seem to work that way. You can't make fire. You can only cause burns.
Does it light up anything around us? Can it be used like a torch?
Like there's a bit of brightness, if that's what you mean by light up. Yes.
So I can only inflict burn damage. I cannot actually cause flame.
Correct, because the flaming hands is flavor you added, not actually part of the power.
It was that or have my hands sound like a microwave?
I'm just saying. I'm explaining why it doesn't work like you are imagining.
Well, Braden falls for it either way.
That's
the
a neat trick
there.
Understand perfectly.
Okay.
The character has no idea and still believes he can make fire.
Okay. That's why I said if he tries to actually set anything on fire, the flames just dance around it.
Pretty sure the tobacco got ruined when I sank in the quicksand anyway, so
Yeah,
maybe a villager will find it.
Great, you're passing carcinogens on.
Well, if they're chasing after us, they got some smoker lungs, it's gonna be harder for them to catch us, right?
Well, since we're running away with a guy with smoker lungs, probably not. Anyway, what's our game plan? We're trying to find some place to hole up, because I'm expecting them to try to come and hunt us down and kill us.
In your head,
Well, first I
Brooke,
think we should find more of our stuff.
In your head, Rook, for a second, you hear just yourself echoing part of what you just said. We're here to find. And then nothing else.
You okay, Rook?
Did anybody else's brain just go kind of echoey, or is that just me?
I think that's just you.
You took a few good hits during the fight back there.
Okay. It's just me.
What'd you hear?
Weird. I heard me saying, like, we're here to find, or something like that. Wait a minute. Mitch, wasn't this how the island or the lady or whoever the hell was talking to you earlier?
Mitch? Who's Mitch?
You know, the schmuck who actually, looks exactly like you, but actually doesn't sound like he smokes 7 packs a day.
Well,
Alright.
it was kind of echoey, but it wasn't my own voice. I don't know whose voice it was. Now that you think of it, I can't remember what it even sounded like.
Hypothesis. It's possible that we're being communicated with by either the island, the black, the green, somehow an intelligence higher than us, or at least more psychically capable. Perhaps that's its only way of communicating?
Has anybody else heard random things like that? I don't think I have that I can think of.
Random sounds, random thoughts, random images, anything?
Well, I've got that thought that something's trying to guide me over there where I've been leading us. You know, I thought it was just intuition, which I've been running on this whole time, and it hasn't failed me yet. Well, unless you guys get in the way. Brayden
were
seems a
going
lot
to kill
happier
you.
than normal, by the way. Like, since he's gotten this cube, he seems chipper and happy. What was that, Brayden? I didn't quite hear you.
I don't know, Braden. What was that?
Rook, my bad. We're all
These are
getting mixed
losing
up
it.
here.
What did you say, Jen?
You guys are losing it.
Yeah.
Brayden's at fatigue too. What's your excuse?
I had a 6-hour drive with 2 special needs kids today from
Is-
Tennessee.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or
Well,
hypothesize?
I'm waiting to see if anybody else like mentions strange thoughts, hearings, hallucinations, like we mentioned.
Okay, Mara, Melissa, what are you guys doing as you all kind of stomp through the woods, following Brayden of all people?
I mean, other than the thing that Braden is carrying, if you concentrate on that too much, you think about it. I don't like it. It's kind of weird. A little bit of intrusive thoughts, yeah.
I'm
Let those at first do. You gotta not want it for yourself. You gotta want it for someone else.
Your yellow lady.
Yeah, I plan on bringing it to her. I'll probably
Okay.
die when I give it to her. It's probably the only thing keeping me alive, but I think it's worth it.
How about you just give it
You
to
have
me
to
and I'll make sure she gets it. You can go ahead and die.
Brooke, in your head, yes, give it to me.
I mean, come on.
Well, it's
I mean,
not
it
mine
helps
to
you.
give to you.
It's not yours to give, or it's not yours. Because if it's not yours, you can easily give it.
It's staying with me for now. Rook?
Of the 2 of us, which one of us looks like they need the healing help that thing gives?
I don't know if
I
I
look.
trust either of you with it.
I'm looking to try to get a side effect of the not actually continually being boiled part.
Perhaps if we both touch it at the same time, it won't be so bad. You want to
Okay.
try that?
Sure.
I'll pull it out with a firm grip on my side. Here, you can go ahead.
Jen's got that we're about to do something stupid, but she's gonna enjoy it smile.
That's just
Mhm.
this whole game.
I reach out and touch it.
You reach out and touch it. It is warmer than you expect. Maybe it just absorbed a lot of heat from Brayden's body, but your fingertips feel like it's maybe been in an oven. Not in a way that feels like it burns you. It feels really nice. It feels like home. It feels like you've always owned it. Your whole life for a second led up to this moment.
Finally.
You feel whole.
How do you feel? Did it fix you up?
Hang on a second. Let me yank. Hold it just like so I can hold it by myself.
I'm holding it as tight as I can.
Strength and toughness, both of you.
This wouldn't be with aptitude, would it?
It is not technically hand to hand, no.
Okay. But that's not right.
Oh, I see what you leveled up, huh, Brayden?
I did. You know,
Okay. I'm gonna spend some seconds.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking about spending 4 seconds But I'll let you go first, and then
Um,
I'll go.
Jen, how many of these can I reroll?
Let me see.
Is that
You've
4?
got 1, 2, 3. 3 that you didn't already succeed on. And then there was
Okay.
2. And then you've got one distress knocking you down.
All right. I'm going to spend 3 seconds to reroll that, and then I'm going to hold off because I might have to reroll that again.
Okay.
When
What
I
do you
take
think?
fatigue 3, was it strength and one other attribute, or just one attribute? I don't remember.
It was strength, acumen, and you chose composure.
Okay. I need to fix that. My strength is actually higher than it is. Than what I rolled, but that's okay. I'll stick with what I rolled.
All right, so you got 3
All right.
now. Rook.
I'm going to spend 1 more second to try to reroll that fail of a d6.
Okay. Do you want to? Because you spent 3 seconds, you can spend 3 more. You can roll a d8 if you want.
Yeah, I'll roll the 8. Woo!
So that makes 4.
And then
4
I'm going to
seconds.
spend 4 seconds to re-roll my 4d6.
Okay.
And then 2 seconds to roll 2 of them. Ah, you beat me by 1.
By 1.
Yes!
Mara, Melissa, both of you see Rook reach out to touch this piece of stone that all of a sudden you also want to just like slip a hand out and lay your fingers upon it. A look comes over his face for a second and then he just snatches it away. Brayden, without that stone in your hands, you are kind of cold and empty, but also you are completely lost. You have no idea what direction you were supposed to be going, and you are lost in space, in time. The good news is Rook now knows exactly which direction you're heading. Mara, Melissa, both of you feel for a second, man, that looked really easy to just take it away. Maybe you also want to take it away.
You okay there, champ? Looking at Rook.
One of my hands goes behind my back. Oh, I am fan-goddamn-tastic.
You okay there?
I'd like to see your other hand, sir.
It's just
I'm
furiously shivering.
Why do you need to see my other hand?
Because I know exactly what's behind your back with your
And why are you
knife.
asking to see it?
I'd like to see it unarmed, let's just say.
No, thank you.
You don't really need that back. I'm feeling kind of weak.
I get what you mean now about that feeling of certainty. Knowing exactly where we're supposed to be one in the universe.
Be careful.
Or
Don't
what?
let it control you. You want it for yourself, don't you?
I
swear.
slowly turn. Obviously. It's power. It's talent. It's skill. It's the fucking recognition I have deserved my entire goddamn life. Power to
Yes,
make
thank you.
everyone.
Yes,
Melissa?
thank you very much, Emperor Palpatine. And I just pulse him right in the face. at least try to break him out of his insanity.
I'm going to rush
Okay.
forward and try to snatch the thing from him as she pulses him.
As I'm being pulsed,
Mm-hmm.
we said it's not like a taser, it's like a flashbulb.
Yes.
Yeah.
My hand comes out just like with my knife, just like, I can't see, but I'm still gonna cut the first motherfucker.
Okay. Evens or odds, real quick. Actually, Melissa, evens or odds?
Ooh.
Evens.
Rook, that strobe light in your face, and for like the next 10 minutes, you can't use aptitudes. But that flashbulb in your face just kind of scrambles you for a second, and you are able to, if you choose, speak and act in a manner more like yourself.
Fucking fuck. No. What the fuck?
What should I roll to snatch the cube back?
Strength and toughness.
And does larceny give me aptitude for this?
I'm gonna say no because it's not like you're being sneaky. It's just sheer muscle power. Trying to yoink it away.
Would I? I'm fine if he snatches it, like, but what, like, since I was already like knife out, what are the odds that I connected with him?
I'm gonna have you.
Or do I need to roll to attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll coordination reaction.
Okay.
Mara, what are you doing?
And this
during all this
would be fight. This would be with no, I can't use an aptitude.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a
I mean,
biscuit.
part of me is wanting to, like, try to grab the cube also, since just to try to get it away from the people who are causing issues with it. Because obviously I wouldn't cause any issues with it.
Obviously.
Yes.
Do it.
As
Yeah.
badly as I want to reroll that, I can't. It makes too much sense.
Okay. As Rook is like flailing blade out, take 1 damage as you accidentally cut your own arm. And Brayden, you once again have the block. Rook, you are full suddenly of just an emptiness and a quiet and a stillness. That's like the total lack of motivation.
I think I would take a minute for that.
Sure. Brayden, you're
Rook,
home
are
again.
you okay?
I stagger backwards, not really looking, sort of like falling on my ass with a tree to my back. Hands still on my knife, my teddy knife, my knifey bear. What is that?
Something strong, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, anything else you want to tell me? Is the sky still blue?
Well, it tried to control me, but I think it realized I wanted to give it away. I didn't want it for myself, and then it didn't have as much of a hold on me.
There was an author I know who said it very well. The easiest way to control someone is to give them everything they ever wanted.
How about your wounds, other than the cut you just gave yourself? Are you healed up?
Am I?
How much damage have you taken, by the way? Besides that one.
I think that puts me at 2 left. This hike has been literal torture.
I think you can heal 4.
Puts me at 6.
But as you kind of look down, where sort of the burns were from the cenote, like, boiling you alive. That bubbly, like, second-degree burny rash.
Yeah.
You see just kind of in the sunlight the slightest sheen of gray.
Ray.
Gray. It's just a shimmer. Otherwise, your skin looks perfectly fine. But if you hold your arm up to the sun...
Yeah, because that can't be good. I've had giant pots of boiling things spilled on me. This is new.
Brayden was completely submerged in the cenote, so, like, what does he look like?
Just about the same.
He was a grizzled bastard. He's always going to be a grizzled bastard. What's a couple of scars?
I mean, his beard is gone now. Poor guy. It was a pretty long beard.
How would that take your beard?
He got burnt by the burning dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Brayden, I'm going to regret this. Look at my arm with your weird eyes.
Oh, love to, but it seems that with this cube around, all I can see is darkness when I do that, but I'll give it a try. And I'll activate my dread sight.
The cloud of darkness around the cube isn't so pervasive that you can't see through it. It's not like Shroud of Night. It's the cube is not a La Sombra. Okay?
Yet.
Yet. As you see, like, past it, it does look like, kind of from the neck down, there's the slightest aura of, it's not solid black, but it is like sort of swirling, misty, blackish gray all around Rook. And still around his arm where it was healed before, where their scars are, it's still there. It's like cumulative.
You're a bit smoky now. A little bit gray. It's weird that it's not a dark black anymore.
Where it's more concentrated, like on his arm, it is still darker.
Maybe it's because it was a purifying cenote. I mean, to be fair, of the people who were supposed to be purified by that thing, you and I are the only ones who actually got at least part of the process done.
What do the rest of us look like? Where we had stuff like scarred or things before.
The scars are still the same. Like the scars from the vines, the scars from the spiders, they are still like that inky black.
You said the S word, Mara. Take a minute.
Where you were hurt during the fight with the villagers, those wounds seem normal. They're not healing extra fast. You still have scrapes and bruises and cuts.
How do we follow where the cube guides us?
All of you hear. And that way you hear but you don't hear. Yes.
You all
Well,
heard
was a
that,
pretty
right?
clear answer, I think. But should we trust it? It wants us to.
The last time I had a yes, it turned to be out to be from a whole bunch of the burning. And
And you know, there's something with the black smoke that you were talking about that we haven't seen. That big beastie in the plane crash. You remember that?
yeah.
The black smoke was all over right there. You guys
you
remember
saying
that weird dream with the orange scaly claw that was coming through the plane, took us down?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pterodactyl, yeah.
Well, these things seem very conveniently connected.
In your head, again, you all hear, yes.
So, is that big beastie actually dangerous, or is it what's been actually helping us and bringing us our lost stuff?
Is it dangerous? Yes. It's on this island. Therefore, it is dangerous.
But does it want us to bring the cube to it? Because it could just hurt us and ignore the cube and take it back.
It did. If it wanted the cube, that thing could have been attacking the village.
Thus the green is keeping it at bay.
Think about
Or
it.
it's snared.
Or it's not the... Every major power, let's say, the green has had its servants, its protectors.
I'm
It would
still
stand to
walking
reason.
towards the direction we're being guided. I'm just talking
Yeah.
about it as I'm walking.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I assumed we were still doing that. But it would stand to reason then that the opposing side would have something similar. A power, I don't know, servants, motherfucker.
Is that us?
I don't know. What have you done with mothers? $36.
Were there 36 of the burning?
Didn't get a good count. This is feeling
You saw 6.
very much like we saw 6.
Your perfect
This is-
memory, you remember 6.
Okay, well, thank you.
Mhm.
Because I forgot about that part. 6. This is starting to feel very chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
You've got one king, one color, and the court. The other color and the court both diametrically opposed. Both hating it. Based upon what you said about that spider and the black thing I saw, both capable of hiding.
After mentioning the
Surprise.
spider, I will probably need to take a minute.
You just shiver, like top to bottom.
Can we just not mention the spider anymore? I did not like that.
I'm sorry. Does this not feel very storybook to anybody else? Like, does anybody have, like... I swear to God, I could swear I read something like this somewhere. I, the character, know exactly what I'm talking... Or excuse me, the player knows exactly what he's talking about. The character doesn't.
Maybe you just watch too much TV or read too much books.
The fact that you could say read too much books makes me want to hit you with so many of those books. First, a dictionary, then a thesaurus.
At some point, you gotta stop reading the books and start writing them. Sure, if Rebecca were awake, she'd agree.
If Rebecca were awake, I'm pretty sure she'd know what I'm talking about. This sounds like something out of a fairy tale, though.
You're not wrong on that. It does seem kind of eerie and fantastical. You think it's a dragon we're walking up on?
No, I think it's the exact opposite of the green. I think we just walked up with... I think we just took a knight and dropped it in the enemy's back line to threaten all of its pieces and attack its king, where the king lives. We're pieces on this particular chessboard. The question is, who's moving us?
would it be safe to assume that if there's a black piece, wouldn't there be a green piece as well?
Of some sort, it would stand to reason. I mean, even in like stuff that's not directly for chess, you have knights and lords and dukes and rooks and things in all of them. Most courts, most systems have fairly direct parallels. I'm just trying to figure out so it's one is one is life, one is death. One is the embodiment of growth and creation, one is the embodiment of destruction and decay. And time doesn't work right.
As soon as you say time doesn't work right, you realize first that the sun is sinking down toward the horizon. It's gotten much darker, and you're pretty sure you haven't walked that long. Second, everyone roll me intuition and vigilance.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 6 to ignore all of my dice. All of my...
Okay.
I'm going to do the same
Which in
thing.
turn brings me up to level 4.
Sweet, spend your points.
Not that I was trying for that for the past while and hoping to find a way.
Mara, do you need me to roll for you?
I think it's going now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. As you're walking, Rook is up there just waxing poetic about the dualistic nature of life in the universe. As Mara and Melissa kind of tag along, everyone except Rook notices as you continue along this path that Brayden is just paving for you all, the trees have started to become more sparse. The bushes less frequent. The grass even has given way to a sandy clay type of terrain. It's the easiest you've walked through the woods in quite some time. And it seems like ahead of you, it's just getting more and more barren.
Finally, the green monotony ends.
Are we getting closer to the beach?
I think we're getting closer to the center of the board.
And as you continue forward, the green totally parts to just that sandy clay type of earth. And in front of you, through the last little veil of trees, you see a boat. It is old, decaying. It was mostly metal at some point, but that itself has started to rust to a point where you can see straight through the metal in some places. It looks like there's some plants trying to grow on the surface, but they're struggling. They are brown. They are dying.
I bet we could find some supplies in there.
Off in the distance, you see maybe 20 yards away, the edge of the shore. Like, over time, the water has crept further and further away.
Nice safe place for Rebecca to rest. We could probably find some first aid materials. Maybe they got some canned food in there.
And Brayden, you know, since you are currently holding the block, that this is where you're supposed to go. There's something in there you need.
What, as I look at it, like, is there a name or a registration or anything on the bow?
The paint is too rusted and too worn off. You can make out, like, the edges of what were probably letters, but you're not really sure.
The USS. It's the USS Minnow.
Should a couple of us go and take a look at it?
Hang on a tick. Those things can be extremely dangerous. I mean, right now that ship is literally balancing. If we start putting too much pressure on one part or another, it could tip and bring God knows what out on us. Anything that's settled in there could easily fall back and hurt everybody.
To be completely transparent, the cube's kind of telling me to go in there. And
Yeah, I
there's
know.
some logs piled up on each side. I don't think it's gonna tip that easily. Part of it's sunk in the mud as well.
Everybody give me, if you're looking around. If you're not looking around, ignore me. If you're looking around, give me one more intuition vigilance roll.
With my investigation, do I get aptitude?
Yeah.
1.
I have seen stuff.
Yep.
Horrible stuff.
So Melissa and Rook, as your eyes sort of skim this unnatural feeling opening, you see just past the boat, kind of at the edge of where the water and the shore meet, a tattered old tent. Sort of like the one that you saw in the clearing who knows how many days ago. It's ripped, it's dirty, it's haggard. It looks maybe just big enough for one person. There's no campfire. There's no shoes. It is just a tent.
Why do I have a feeling that's a save point of sorts? This damn tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, last time we ran into that tent, we found those burning, remember? And I ran ahead. Left Rook to die,
Yes.
yada yada yada. But those burning overtook me.
You're
I
a slow,
blacked out,
crafty bastard.
and when I woke back up, I was inside that tent back there.
Local respawn point?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, I'm sure.
Alright. This is gonna sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. Did anybody hear background music change? Like, did the bird song change? Did the sound of waves or anything? Like, did we hear a change in the background music?
I mean, technically, the closer you got to this opening, the more you heard the sound of water.
This is the water temple. Tell you what, I'm gonna go take a look at this tent. We do need to keep an eye out in case we were followed. We didn't exactly try to hide our trail.
I'm gonna climb up inside the ship. If you guys are gonna stay out here, I'll leave you with my extra spear. Gives you an extra one to throw at anybody coming at you.
Why don't we all go in a minute, once we figure out what the hell's here? The last time we went into one of these things, the tent, I mean, we found a map. Maybe there's another copy.
Yeah, I think it would be best if we all stick together right now.
Well,
Uh,
someone's gonna have to stay back here with Rebecca unless you can carry him while you're climbing up those vines.
Wasn't Rebecca nowhere to be seen?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
passed out and we were carrying her.
No,
Okay.
I
No, that was me
gave a
last
blind
time.
choice. Changed my mind. Yeah, that was something special for her later.
Didn't the map that we had, didn't it have a boat on it?
It did.
I think it did. But Rebecca's the one that had the map,
Map.
or the copy of the map.
I'd go look in the tent.
Okay. It's half zipped up when you reach it. The second you touch the zipper to try to undo it, it just kind of comes apart at the seams, the door dropping open. Inside, you see a sleeping bag. You see a backpack. And you see a knife on the ground by the sleeping bag.
Is there anything on the knife? Rust, blood, mud?
Yes.
Is it been like stuck point in?
It's
Is it point
it's
in
on
or is it just laying?
it's on its side, but it is covered in dirt, in grime, and maybe blood. It's hard to see between the rust and the dirt.
I pick it up. Is it like a camping knife, or is this like one of mine, or
It's like a camping knife. Not like a large hunting knife, but just like a utility knife.
okay?
Partially serrated, partially straight.
Mm. Is the backpack wet, or excuse me, is the backpack and the sleeping bag wet or dry?
Give me intuition vigilance now that you are inside the tent.
I'm just standing outside the tent holding my spear and keeping an eye on anything that might come by. Any movement.
3.
Okay. You reach out to kind of just gently touch the backpack, gently touch the sleeping bag. They're both a little bit damp. They smell of mildew and blood. Something tickles the back of your neck unexpectedly. Feels like it just grazes you for just a moment. Enough to trigger those tiny hairs back there.
I reach back there with a hand, trying to either grab or swat away.
You don't feel anything under your fingertips, but as you pull your hand away, there's something that sort of tickles still. Like you've caught it on your skin.
On the skin of my hand or the skin of my neck?
Your hand. Whatever was on your neck is on your hand now. As you lift it up to examine it a little bit better in the light, you see a single strand of something. It's sort of like opalescent green. Just a tiny, tiny thread.
Oh shit.
Mm.
I grab the backpack and the knife, slowly backing out. Guys,
As you creep backwards, just the new angle of your body, or maybe the shifting of the knife, something you see inside the covers of the sleeping bag. Just a sort of a glint of off-white. Something not quite polished. Hard or stone-like, maybe.
or bones.
Or bones.
Is the sleeping bag zipped up or is it unzipped? Like, could I flip it open?
It's like half zipped. A little half zip stitch.
Okay. I reach out. Braden, take these and hand me that spear, please.
Yeah, here. I'll hand him the extra spear.
Keeping my hand still and away from me, I sort of use the spear from as far as I can get and flip it open.
You flip it open, you are correct. It is a full skeleton inside of there. The left-hand side of it absolutely soaked in like a dark brown stain that you're pretty sure is blood. Right where the knife was is sort of where the skeletal hand was laying, just underneath the blankets.
What color are the bones? Are they still like fresh, or have they dried out and turned white, like yellowish white, or are they pink?
No, the yellowish white. The body's been here for a while.
Okay. Does the body have clothes on it at all?
It does. Just tattered remains of maybe some khaki pants, like a long sleeve shirt of some kind, but it's kind of mildewed and half rotting away.
But no emblems or anything that we would recognize?
Mm-mm.
Damn. Okay. I sort of step all the way back out.
Do I see anything with my special eyes
What you
around
looking
the
at?
skeleton?
Around the skeleton? An aura of green. It's like an island of green in this whole area. It doesn't seem to be as pervasive or as accessible to the green as the whole forest out there is. Just like an echo, a whisper. Green was here.
Well, I don't think it's too much to worry about. As long as you stay away from that skeleton, it's kind of bathed in the green.
Can you look at my hand?
Oh yeah, we can get over here quickly before it wears off.
Evens or odds, Rook?
Odds?
His hand looks normal.
Looks fine to me. Well, actually, it
feels
looks
like-
normal.
Normal
That's
for
weird.
him. Normal for him. There's no green on him.
So it
Um,
still has the black on it and
yeah.
everything? Okay.
yeah. Normal for him.
Let's see this.
It's not there anymore. You were flailing around quite a bit.
So let's check out what's in this bag. And I'm going to fling it off my back to where everyone can see it.
All right, Mara, Melissa, what are you guys doing while they are exploring the tent?
I'm keeping an eye on our surroundings, making sure that keeping an ear out for any sound of approaching villagers or any other spiders or creatures or anything like that. Just make sure we're not ambushed.
Okay, Mara?
Yeah, trying to keep an eye out as well. And then I'll also I'm also curious about the boat. So like keeping an eye, but also kind of maybe slowly wandering towards the boat, but not going in it or anything.
Okay. And Melissa, are you staying kind of by yourself or are you wandering around down closer to the tent where everybody...
Yeah, I'm staying closer to the tent and everything. Make sure not to go off too far.
Okay, Mara, as you approach the boat, you kind of hear not just the sound of water lapping in the shore a little distance away, you hear the moaning of metal inside, like the ship is unsettled. For a second, you don't want to go in there. And then the thought kind of fades away. Like, sure, maybe going in there is fine. Melissa, you get the chance to see Brayden open up the backpack. You don't hear the sound of anyone approaching. You don't really see anything in the tree line watching you. You hear the same kind of groan of metal under strain from the ship as Mara does. Not quite as closely, but you hear it just in the background noise all around you. Brayden, as you open the backpack, you see the yellow crumbling edge of what is probably another map. But then you also see hundreds of little green pearls, which is what you think for a second before hundreds of little green spiders swarm out of the backpack, immediately attacking your arms, crawling up your body and onto your shirt.
Kind of swinging my arm, not reacting too much. Not too scared of spiders. Just trying to fling them off.
Drop and roll.
Run into the water.
Some are flinging out the side of the tent, maybe towards Mara if she's nearby.
Are you still holding on to the backpack?
Yeah.
They keep coming. Pouring
Man,
out,
that's real
skittering
annoying.
not just all over Brayden, but down onto the ground as well, crawling over each other to first stampede toward Rook's feet, and then down a little bit further to Melissa's feet. Not just hundreds, thousands.
I'm going to quickly grab the map.
Thousands of
And
little
close the bag.
dime-sized green jade spiders. It's like a smaller version of what you rodeoed on. Just a little bit
Am I
Go,
close
Melissa.
enough that I would see all of this?
You see motion from Brayden out of the corner of your eye. So you're welcome to turn and look and see him kind of shaking his arm. And something's
I will
wrong.
do that.
Something's wrong.
Hey, Brayden, what's up? What wasn't that?
Just getting the map. And as quickly and carefully as I can, I'm grabbing the map out of the backpack and zipping it back shut.
Okay. Roll me. Let's see. Roll me resilience medal. Brayden. I'm looking for 3 successes.
That's a 1.
It is a 1.
I'll spend seconds to re-roll those 3d6s. I'll spend 3 seconds. Let's see what I get. Do it one more time. That didn't help me at all.
Okay. Rook, are you going to try to avoid the spider swarm?
I need a clarification on my dread manifestation before I answer that. It says cause anything I'm touching to take 3 damage and burst into flames, meaning that if I'm standing still and those things crawled up on me, they would burst into flames.
Yes. Within reason. Like, you're not going to go, like, full flame on.
No, but like if they crawl up on my pants or whatever, they would burst into flames.
Not on your pants, no. It would have to be skin.
You're like a bug zapper.
And I would say you would have to, it's just a level 2. So it would have to be like a hand size area.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna back up.
Okay. Give me coordination reaction. Melissa, are you going to try to avoid the spider swarm?
Absolutely, yep.
Coordination reaction. And Mara, as everybody starts to like step backward from...
I'm probably gonna go closer to see if I can see what exactly they're trying to get away from.
The vibes are definitely wrong. Something's going on and you're too far away. They're too small for you to know exactly what they are before you start approaching. But as you start walking toward them, it looks like the ground is suddenly moving toward you. And you realize when they are just a couple feet away. Oh, that's some spiders. Their little jade eyes glaring up at you.
I'm gonna see if I can like back up. Like, can I step like on? See if I can like get like on the boat slightly to get off of the ground where all the spiders are.
Okay. Coordination reaction from you too. Rook and Melissa, you are both pretty fast. But there are a lot of spiders. You manage to dodge the slower ones as they are creeping toward you. But as you're stepping backward, there's at least, if you had to count, maybe a dozen, each of you, that skitter up onto your boots, onto your pants, climbing up, seemingly like just heading straight for your face, your body. You're not sure. Mara, you wanna stick with that?
I'm going to take it.
Okay. As you skitter backward or away from this scampering puddle of disgusting 8-leg doom, you try to climb up on the boat, your foot impacting with a piece of loose, weak metal and your leg just going completely through it. You feel, man, the tetanus-laden shards of corroded metal digging into your leg past your pants, impaling your calf. You're stuck. You are stuck there. You're taking 1 damage. And the spiders are on you. Crawling up your shoe, the one still on the ground. Climbing up your leg. Up to your shirt. Up to your arms. Up to your face.
I am panicking, freaking out. Pretty much yelling for somebody to help me because I can't think about anything but the spiders on me and how much my leg hurts right now.
Okay. So you'd say it would be a hand-sized thing?
Mm-hmm.
If it was a hand that's just going like
I would say like swatting. It's again a level 2 power, so probably a hand size per application. And so this isn't completely OP. I'm gonna say there's like a minute of like, what's the word? I don't remember the word.
recharge,
Yeah, a minute of recharge time.
cooldown.
Sure.
I have a cooldown on my firepower. Damn it.
Brayden, what are you doing?
Um,
I think he's muted.
You're muted.
Are you muted?
I was muted. Was I able to grab part of the map when I rolled earlier?
Yeah, you kind of like pull it up and half of it rips off, just like from being weathered and damp and old. Probably pretty old. But it looks like more or less the same map that you had before. Maybe these 2 people, this tent and the other tent, maybe they were part of the same group, the same project, expedition. You're not really sure, but now you have part of a map again.
I'm just gonna... Well, I can't gently tuck in my shirt. I mean, I could, but I might ruin it. You can't really do anything other than look at it and commit it to memory and put it down.
The spiders still swarm all over you.
I'm not scared of spiders, just kind of slapping one here, slapping one there, just looking at it.
As you do that, you feel like tiny little pinpricks of pain. You don't seem to be taking any actual damage, but it hurts. You feel it.
The group's tank just sitting here. And am I able to go for the other half of the map that's in the bag, or is it destroyed?
It's too crumbled. I mean, you'd have to open the backpack again.
Alright, I'm gonna...
You shut it.
After committing what I can see to memory, I'm just gonna leave the map there. And just walk out of the tent, brushing the spiders off of me.
Okay.
I think the next place to go is in that boat. Oh, Mara, what happened? As she's dangling from her impaled leg.
Screaming.
Too many spiders. I was trying to get away from them and my leg hurt. And
What are you two doing? Let's get over there and help her.
Mara, roll me
Yeah,
resilience and metal. I'm also looking for 3. Brooke and no, not Melissa. Melissa, I just remembered your challenge. So I'm gonna have you roll me resilience and metal, as well as you feel like tiny pinpricks of pain all over your body.
And Braden's just rushing up to help Mara as best as he can.
Okay. Rook, evens or odds?
odds.
Oh. There's tiny pinpricks of pain for you too as they creep just off of your shirt onto your skin. It doesn't seem like it's doing any damage. It doesn't like burn for more than just a second. But these things are biting you.
Can I see the backpack from where I am?
Yeah, you were close to Brayden.
I grab it and light it on fire.
Okay.
In the hopes
How?
that anything I touch takes 3 damage and bursts into flames. Okay, I was hoping that in doing this, I might be able to destroy the source and hopefully kill the spiders.
That's fine. You can hope that if you want.
Remember that reassuring that you're not being?
Yeah. It was session 8, my guy.
Chuck it in the
So?
water.
Well, I just tried to burn it. Did that have any effect?
It did. It did. Half of it actually looks partially incinerated. It was a little damp, so it didn't catch fire as well as you thought it would. But you did manage to burn a hole in it as more spiders burrow out.
Made it worse.
You're too busy screaming to notice that I made it worse.
Oh yeah.
But I did indeed make it worse.
So what'd you guys get on your resilience metal checks? Just
0.
0?
I think it was a 1.
1. That's right. Anybody want to spend some seconds to try to get to 3?
Did I need to roll for since I was getting bitten too?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
How many minutes should I be taking?
I'd say 2 so far.
All.
Okay. Yeah, I might spend some seconds to reroll.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 to try for a D8.
Okay.
And
We'll try again.
Okay. What you doing, Melissa?
I will do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do the same. So let's see. Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Block.
All right. So Brayden didn't get there. Rook didn't get there. Melissa got there. Mara, you were at, I believe, 0. So
Yeah.
you can roll some d6s if you want. I would suggest you roll d6s because you can get more that way.
Okay. How many would I roll?
You can start with 3. Okay, so that's 2 successes, and you can roll another 3. Or a d8 if you want. No, yeah, 1 d8 if you want. Okay, so the only person that passed looks like Melissa. Am I incorrect?
How many seconds would that be that I take there?
All 6. You took 6.
Yeah.
Melissa, Mara, are either of you on level 3 yet?
No, I am. I'm at 9 minutes
Okay.
and 3 seconds.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm not there yet.
Is there any way I can help someone? Or help multiple people giving a D8?
Well, you can definitely help Mara try to figure herself from the boat. Brayden,
Yeah,
you said
I
that was
will-
what you
I
were
will-
going to do, too?
Yeah, I'm kind of lifting her, trying to lift her up over the spike so she's not impaled.
Okay.
I will also go over and help.
What are you doing? Are you trying to help or just doing your own thing?
I'm over stomping on backpack, trying to kill the spiders as they're coming out.
Okay. They're small. They die the second you step on them. Okay. Do you want to spend 6 seconds to give Mara a D8, Brayden, or do you want to just fully roll strength toughness to try to help her out?
I want to roll strength toughness to try and help her out.
Okay. Strength and toughness, Mara, to get off the boat.
All right.
With a 2 from me.
Do you want to try re-rolling 3 dice, maybe?
Probably yes.
I'll do the same thing. I'll put
Or,
3
you
seconds
can
in.
let it stand and just take a little more damage as you both struggle to get yourself free.
Both physical and psychological.
I'll take it. And
I got another 3 successes, so that's a 5.
Okay. That's fine.
I'll stay with the -1 though.
Okay. Brayden, you wrap your arms around her waist and just heft her up. Suddenly empowered by, I don't know, the island. You're not really sure. You suddenly feel stronger because that's what you spent all your points on. Mara, you feel the metal just rip through your calf as you are just pulled backwards off of the sheet of metal. You're pretty sure there are shards of metal in there. You're worried about tetanus. There's still spiders all over you. Everything is wrong. Nothing's okay. Take another minute.
Okay.
Is there any alcohol in that backpack?
No,
Pretty sure that would have burned whenever I lit it.
it's not.
Mara's sitting there bleeding. Brayden's gonna panic and grab the cube and just press it to her wound, because it's the only thing he knows that can heal stuff here.
It doesn't seem to heal her, but Mara, the second that touches your skin, it feels warm and nice, like a bath. It's been so long since you've had a bath, like a bath with candles and bubbles and wine. One of those bougie white girl baths that you would give anything for. And here it is, bathing your soul in this warmth like home. You don't even need to be home. This is home now. Nothing could be better.
Brayden's just kind of picking up and slamming against the wound. Come on! Heal her, you healed me!
That's starting to feel better now. Much better now.
It's definitely not healed any.
What
But
are you
you feel
talking
better.
about? You got a big gash in your leg.
I could survive with this. This is good.
I'm gonna grab some of
Remind me of home.
the clothes from the tent and start wrapping your leg up
Ew.
like a bandage. It's
would
something
make
to
it
stop the
worse.
bleeding.
Gross.
That would make it so much worse.
Bone bandages. Tetanus
Brayden's not a
and
doctor.
decay. Just as a person, I don't like this. As you're welcome to do that, you wander back to the tent. Brayden, Rook, Mara, you kind of start to feel like as you're moving around and killing the last of these spiders off, you start to kind of feel like gravity is fighting you just a little harder than it was minutes ago. Maybe it's the sun. You are still so hot. That coolness post-meal that you felt, that is long gone by now, and you are sweltering again. Maybe it's the fact that, you haven't had a lot of water. There could be 1,000 reasons why, but the world feels so heavy all of a sudden.
Anybody else feeling poison?
Gotta push on, Does feel a bit heavy out here.
Feeling very spider poisonedy.
It definitely is. I don't like this feeling. Where's... I want to feel like I felt before.
Someone call Green Tit.
One of us has to get on that boat and look for a med kit or a first aid kit of some sort. There's gotta be one
I'll
on there.
try getting on the
I'll
boat.
go.
Melissa,
I'll go
you
since the
feel a
three of you
little
clearly...
tired, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. 3 of you stay here. I'll go investigate the boat.
Did I
Okay.
realize that he was, like, putting the cube on me, or was I, like...
Oh, no, that was obvious.
Okay.
Oh, you shouldn't go alone in there. Let me come with.
Can I just
No,
hold on to
you...
that cube while you're over there on the boat?
See, it's not just me.
Oh, I don't think I can let you do that, Mara. I'm sorry.
Brayden,
Selfish
Brooke,
bastard.
Mara, not only is your body heavy, but your eyes are starting to feel heavy. The world feels a little jello? Unstable and shifting, like it's never quite the angle you think it should be.
Here, it'll make you at least feel better if you hold your hand to it. Hold it between us three and we can each hold our hands on it. Alright?
I will put my hand on it.
When I touch the boat, does the boat feel cool to the touch?
It's a little warm, but you are definitely warmer than it.
Okay. But it doesn't feel like it's a relief from the heat or anything?
Not as much as you'd like it to be.
Is there a side of this that has more shade? I mean, since we said the sun is going down.
There is.
Probably good.
There is. There's a side that's a little bit more shaded by the trees, but the trees have given the ship a bit of a wide berth.
I mean, like, is the ship blocking the sun?
Oh, I
or
see.
Just the angle? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's at least get into the shade.
That sounds like a smart idea.
As we're...
You get on the other side of Mara, her leg's all messed up. She's gonna need our help getting over there.
As I'm jelloing over there, I'm also looking, is there like a ladder or some rope or some sort of method of egress or ingress that we might be able to use, other than the ragged stabby hole?
One of the sides of the boat, the way it's tipped, looks like you could probably maybe climb up it if you're careful, but you can't imagine trying to do all that. All Brayden, all Mara really want to do, all you really want to do is take a nice long nap.
Can't rest. That's how it gets you.
Taking a nap sounds good.
No.
A nap and a nice warm bath.
Can't give in to that thinking. We give in to that thinking, and we're gonna wake up dead.
As soon as he says that, all of you hear like a voice in your head. Like, not even the first time today. But it might be the first time today for some of you. Because it sounds like your own voice. Just a quiet, desperate, terrified, single word. Yes.
Whatever needed
Right.
the cube needed us to be here. Braden? Mara? Do you think if we threw the cube up there, that would be close enough?
Worth a try.
Braden's muted again.
I'm not giving the cube to whoever's here.
Isn't this exactly what we're supposed to do? Bring it here for whoever to... Like, you're supposed to give it to whoever the hell's here, who's been calling you and talking to you and telling all of us weird hallucinogenic things, like some sort of deranged genie out of some sort of Arabian Nights.
Well, I do kind of want to know who that is, but I don't think it's my lady in yellow.
Yellow, purple, long as it's not green.
We
you
really
what.
shouldn't leave Melissa alone in there.
I got an idea. Of the three of us, which of us looks the lightest? Because I know it ain't me.
Braden weighs 170 pounds. Well, probably a lot less now that he's been on the island and not really eating. It's probably down to like 160.
Yeah,
Weirdly,
probably one of the
you
two
seem
of
to
us,
be the
but-
same size. Your clothes are fitting the same.
How much do you weigh? How much does Mara weigh?
I mean, she's on the smaller side. She's not like, yeah, she's probably,
Less than Braden?
yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Mara, you need to go with Melissa and try to help whatever we came here to help.
But
Braden,
her leg.
what?
What about her leg? How's she gonna climb up on the boat with her leg all messed up like that?
She's not. That's where we come in. We can probably, between the two of us, toss her up enough to let her get onto the boat, help whatever's here, and, Lord willing, some combination of that will at least help, will be willing to help us deal with the poison.
How do you feel about that, Mara? Do you think you can get around?
I'll do the best I can.
Is there a choice?
With that,
Well-
Melissa, were you waiting around for them, or were you going ahead onto the boat?
No, I was going ahead onto the boat because
Okay.
I was expecting the three of these people to get high with the cube.
Okay. So you circle around the boat to see if there's like an easier way for you to get up. And as you kind of go all the way to the back, the end that's closest to the water, you do see about halfway up, it looks like there is a ladder bolted in. It looks really rusty. It looks really difficult. You're still going to have to figure out how to get up there, but if you can get up the 10, 12 feet or so, you should be able to climb up relatively easy. Thank DM Daddy for that care.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely try to climb up and get to that ladder.
Okay, give me a strength and toughness.
Okay, would this be with aptitude because of athletics?
I'm say yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm.
So you kind of like kick at the side of the ship in a couple of different places because you saw how Mara's foot went right through the metal. You want to be sure that nothing like that happens to you.
Yeah.
You see it's a little bit stronger where the panels of metal crisscross. And after a moment of you kind of thinking it through, You tap a piece of metal that kind of crumbles under your foot, but it gives you a foothold. And you keep doing that, like you are rock climbing halfway up this boat, until you reach the ladder. You give it a test tug or two. The bolts strain, and it shifts. And it makes you a little bit nervous, but you're pretty sure it'll hold you.
Cool. Yeah, I will go on up.
The whole ship seems to groan and moan under the weight it hasn't felt in God knows how long. It's been here a while. But despite these warning noises, the ladder holds, and you're able to eventually crest the edge and set foot on what is probably some kind of deck. Most of the windows have long been broken out or just crumbled in whatever accident or wreck caused the ship to be here in the first place. Maybe storms took them out over time. Anything could have happened. But if you look in there, like, pretty much all you see is darkness. But you do know that what you want is inside, below your feet.
All right. Yeah, I will go into the darkness, and if actually before I go into, I will use my pulse to see if I can at least briefly light up the space to see what I'm getting into.
Okay, so take your minute as you hold up a hand to strobe light the inside of the ship. You see maybe half of like the steering wheel. You see crumbling, mildewed seats. You see some doors. You see some hatches. And the one thing that really catches your eye is a little staircase that's going down.
Okay, I will definitely go towards the staircase then, using my pulse as needed.
Okay. You creep your way and you feel just the edge of your toes start to dip, and you stop.
Yeah.
Knowing that is probably the top of the staircase. When you use your flashy thing again, you see it's maybe a whole floor down. If you can remember and count, the 7th, the 8th step is missing. So you're going to want to hop over that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Give me coordination reaction to make down them steps okay.
Okay.
No point, thanks to Chi.
Yeah.
You count off in your head, but being unable to see it makes stairs incredibly difficult. You try to hop. You think you remember it's the front part of the 7th step, and the back of your heel just catches that missing step, and you tumble the rest of the way down, taking 1 harm.
And the 3 of them hear cussing as she falls down the stairs.
The whole ship like rattles and echoes from the sound of your body hitting rusty steps. Luckily, you were about halfway down.
And once I stop falling, I will again use the pulse to see where the heck I landed and what's around me, and also leveling up.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
As you flash one more time, it looks like you are... I'll add your power in a second. It looks like you are in some kind of cargo hold. But almost everything that was once in this ship has crumbled to pieces. Empty boards, ratty suitcases, strewn everywhere. Everything except a single, completely intact, almost new looking cargo box. Like one of those crates that you see in movies. The ones that are probably stuffed with straw to keep whatever's inside from rattling around.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only thing left inside.
I will definitely approach it and call out. Not even sure if they could hear me, saying, "I think I found something."
And outside you hear that clatter, the cussing, a long silence, and then Melissa's voice.
Is she... Can we tell roughly where in the ship she is? Like, relative to us? Is she, like, basically through the bulkhead? Or is she, like, fore or stern?
I don't know boat terms. She's maybe just slightly above your head. Somewhere in the middle, slightly above your head. Melissa, your new power's added.
Cool. Oh, this will be fun.
I sort
You're
of...
muted.
I sort of, like, bang on the... I guess that would still qualify as a hull. Seeing, like, is it strong? Is it weak? Is it about to give? Like, could we punch a hole through to get to her easier or what have you?
I mean, you definitely know that Mara fell through that ship pretty easy.
Well, yeah, but we also said there were stronger parts and weaker parts.
There are. If you, like, knock along the side, you'll hear, like, a difference in frequency. Some sounds a little bit more hollow than others, so it's probably corroded more than others.
I take the camp knife and try to stab it.
Strength and toughness. Brayden and Mara, what are you guys doing? Still muted.
I keep muting myself when I yawn because I'm kind of tired because I got up early. Keep forgetting. But I'm looking around for a spot that I could climb up easily that's like plants or maybe a tree fell down on it.
The plants that are growing on this vessel are fragile and weak, and some of them are dying. So that's not going to do it. Eventually, if you circle around enough, you will come across the ladder that Melissa initially used to climb up there. Again, it's 10 to 12 feet over your head, so you have to climb up to get to it, but there are holes already punctured in the side of the hull. Mara,
I found a way in. It looks like the spot Melissa went in. What do y'all think about coming over here?
Well, I was going to, like, see if I could try to, like, take my way in since I already fell through it once, but when I heard Brayden call that he found a way in, I'll head that way instead.
Okay. I mean, Brayden calls that he found a way in, and Rook is currently chipping away at a panel of corroded metal. Your knife goes in about halfway. You probably have to give it a few more chops, but eventually you can kind of chip your way in. You think maybe if you like wrap something around your hands, you might be able to just pull off chunks and make it a little bit easier. Or you could try heating up the metal, seeing if that helps too.
I'm trying to remember what happens when you heat rust, and I don't think it's a positive thing.
Definitely makes it more brittle.
Yeah, but doesn't it also release gases that we don't need to be breathing?
It makes more rust. Because
Yes,
it just oxidizes the metal. Also, it can make thermite if there's powder. So it could be
That's what I
very
was thinking.
explosive.
I knew there was a reason I didn't do that. I wrap my hand, like, shirt, tear, wrap hands, just try to go Hulk on it.
Okay. Mara, which direction do you go? Do you circle around with Brayden, or are you helping Brooke?
I'm
breaking
going
it?
to try to haul my way around to Brayden.
Okay. You circle around. You also see where Melissa's kind of knocked out panels of metal to create a ladder to the ladder. Melissa, what are you doing inside the boat? Off to your side, you can kind of see at like foot level as there are banging sounds from the outside. There's just like a little sliver of light that gets bigger and bigger as Rook works his way into the boat.
I will go over to the sliver of light and yell as long as I can, loudly as I can. Let me try to help you, and I will try to kick out the rusty metal, hoping that Rook will not stab me in the foot while I do so.
Okay.
Brooke's more worried about a concussion.
Right. Give me strength and toughness, and then we'll see if I make Rook roll to touch your foot.
With aptitude or not?
Nah.
Okay.
Hey, Rook, give me coordination reaction.
Gets kicked in the face.
I'm more worried about getting plate metaled in the face.
It's not a bad roll.
Just because okay, is that enough for me to dodge? Because I've got a feeling it's not. Alright, I'm gonna try to re-roll those 2 1s in there.
Okay. That's enough.
Yay!
Yeah, it's really her warning that gives you a clue that maybe you should step back, and you step back just in time as like a boot-size hole opens up in the side of the ship.
Hi!
Hi.
Poison's a bitch.
Yeah, you look like shit. Yeah.
Missed you too.
Found a crate in here that looks completely unrotted, looks completely pristine and everything. It's probably what Braden's been looking for.
Okay. They went around to the other side. They probably are... I'm assuming
They're probably on the way.
I'd hear the noises of the ship, like creaking like it did with Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, based on those noises, they're coming the way you did.
Brayden and Mara, give me strength and toughness to get up to the ladder and onto the ship.
One.
One's all you need.
One.
Melissa did the hard part. You guys climb slowly, like the earth itself is dragging you back down. By the time you get up to the deck of the ship, you are sweating and exhausted. And you have to grab onto the side to keep from tipping over. But you are officially on the boat.
Well, now that we're up here, you want to take a moment to rest, Mara?
Yes.
That climb kind of wore me out.
You sure do.
Might as well. I would not mind taking a rest.
Raiden's just gonna sit down. kind of just resting for a moment with his back leaned up against the railing of the boat.
Yeah.
I think for a moment you might hear him snore a little bit. Then when you look over, he is awake, his eyes open. He sits back up.
You good there?
Oh yeah, just a little tired.
Yeah. Should we try to find where, not Rebecca, Melissa is? Or should we
Hey,
just...
Melissa! It's kind of dark in there. We're going to need her to come to us.
Yeah. Would I be able to hear them yelling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found your crate.
Great! Is that what we're after?
It's the only clean thing on this whole ship. Yeah, probably.
Hey, well, could you give us some directions?
So there should be a hole that goes downstairs, and just follow that. Be careful coming down the stairs. I think it's the 7th step that is missing. Found out the hard way.
Good to know, good to know.
Pick some more holes in the hull
Yeah,
to provide light holes so that way they can see.
yeah. I will keep kicking at the weakened points of the hull to get more light to work by.
And
Leaning very heavily.
because of the holes in the ground that I was told of, I'm going to crawl all fours through there into the darkness. So that, if I come across the hole, I have 3 points of contact. I'm not going to fall.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to just hobble my way, like, carefully, because leg still is very much hurting.
Again, you are so tired. Give me, both of you, coordination reaction. Melissa, I'm not going to make you roll again. You easily just open up sort of like a bank of windows.
Okay, cool.
You just keep kicking along the same latitude.
Look at that, a solid 3.
Nice. Until there's at least enough light to see inside, and you can confirm the crate is the only thing that's still intact in this whole cargo hold. Brayden, you creep along, your fingertips find the opening where the stairs are first, so you know exactly where it is. Mara, you find Brayden. You just run right into him.
Sorry about that. It's hard to see you.
Yeah, just slow down. There's a hole in here. We don't need you getting any more hurt than you are.
But the windows opened up below you. You can at least see sort of a slight lightened place where the floor is at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, there's our destination. You ready? I'm going to start crawling down the stairs slowly, feeling for the missing step.
I'll do a pulse in the direction of the stairs so that they can get some light.
Okay. For just a brief second, you are able to see where you are going. You should keep continuing down. I'm not going to make you roll again. Eventually, the both of you make it to the bottom of the steps, uninjured.
Go over to the spot where Melissa and Rook are, where the crate is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it with my special eyes since it's untouched and pristine.
With your special eyes, you see it just a cloud of black. It's like seeping out of the slots of the wood.
I think there might be another one of these cubes in here, but we're gonna have to get it out.
Does it say anything on the crate? Logos, shipping numbers, any kind of markings?
Are there any markings?
Nope.
Is there any way to open it, or is it nailed shut?
It is nailed shut.
Rook, could you pass one of your knives through? I need something to pry on this board to get it open.
I'm not sure if it'll do any good. I hand him the camp knife. Because like hell am I giving you one of my good ones.
I'm gonna slide it in between the boards and kind of pry it open if I can. Trying to use it as leverage.
Okay. Both the crate and the knife, you feel them both creak, and for a second you're not really sure which of them is going to give first. But the opening yawns a little wider, and you work it back and forth, and eventually the nails pop out of the lid, and you're able to lift it off. When you look at the inner side of the lid, you see just written on there in some kind of ink 2/3. And then the inside, just as you kind of expected, Melissa, seems to be full of some kind of straw. Some kind of packing material.
I'm gonna dig through the straw.
Mara, what are you doing?
Leg is hurting. I'm gonna see if there's a spot that I can just like sit down for a little bit and try to rest a moment. I'm still tired.
Easy enough. If you kind of like clear away some dirt, you can have a cleanish place to pop a squat. Rook, what are you doing?
After sort of trying to rally myself and plug my computer in, is the hole that I'm talking to them through large enough for me to get through without, like, cutting myself to shreds?
You probably got some little scrapes, but you could squeeze through.
I squeeze through, swearing at the scrapes, and coming in to look in the box.
Well, we'll call that a 1 damage, thanks to Chi.
Ow.
You just remove some of the flesh from your own forearm. But you're
I
in there.
didn't need that. It already got burned. I don't need it again. I look in the crate. Like, before I do, how big is this crate? Are we talking like 3x3? Are we talking like, 10x10?
It's like a 3x3
Feet or meters?
feet. This is America.
Okay. I don't know where this thing is from.
It's fine.
It may be one of them, heathen metric countries. I don't know.
As you approach the crate, just as Braided reaches like forearm deep into the straw to search around for something in there, Braden, your fingers touch warmth, and you immediately know. A, that's what you've been looking for, and B, you are right. It feels like another one of the blocks you've already got.
I'm gonna try and sneakily slip it into my shirt with the other one.
You're not going to be able to do that. I can tell you right now. You can try. I'm going to say that you try. As you pull it out, for just a second, everybody can see the faintest of red-orange glows. It's mostly black. It looks kind of like granite, but that pebbly texture of granite where there's little bits and pieces of red and orange. Maybe they catch the light coming in from the side of the hull. Maybe it's just a trick of your mind, but for a second, as he pulls it out of the crate, it looks like those little tiny speckles glow like stars in the sky, but on fire. And you all see Brayden try to smuggle this brick of stone into his shirt as well.
What are you doing, fucker?
It's dangerous. It's like the other cube.
Oh, shut the fuck up and hand it here.
Are you gonna let me have it back, or are you gonna try and steal it like the last one?
Like what you're doing now?
Who said it's yours in the first place?
Also a valid point.
No one said it was mine. I never even said it was mine.
Brayden, I'm having a hell of a day. I really don't need your bullshit right now. There's 2 of those, 4 of us.
If anyone's
2
gonna
for
get
you.
it, it's Mara. She needs it more than any of us.
How about we just say 2 per
I'll hold out
cube,
my hands.
each one of us holding it.
I'm gonna pass the new one towards Mara.
I'll grab it. Thank you very much.
Is it helping your leg out any?
I'm assuming I start to feel better even if leg isn't actually healing.
Your leg isn't actually healing, but you do feel okay. You definitely feel like you are safe, and that Napsion's pretty good. But this is nice.
This feels much better. I feel like I could just lay down and take a nap right here. It feels good.
What did we say about that? Don't.
Look, well, now that we've found the second brick, we'll find or try to find Rebecca, and we'll get Mara healed, and we'll get your tiredness or your hangovers or
Poison.
whatever the hell. Poison. Okay.
All 3 of us.
If it was a hangover, I wouldn't feel like this. I'm good at those.
If you sleep, you might not wake up.
And as you say that, Rook, Brayden, Mara's already on the ground. But the 2 of you just feel your legs give out underneath you. The ground rushes up to meet you. Everything tips, grows fuzzy. And the 3 of you, Brayden, Rook, and Mara, fall asleep.
Thud.
And that's where we're going to wrap up tonight, because we're missing one and I don't want to go any further. Yay! Good job, everybody. You found another 5th element, not Doomstone.
I have no idea if I'm right about the not wanting it for yourself. It feels like that. If you don't want the
if there
thing for
is
yourself,
one
it doesn't
thing I
call out.
know about you by now, Mitch, you are full of theories and most of them are entirely in character. Perfect. Good job, everybody.
Yay!
Yay.
You're almost done.
Who all leveled up? Was it just Melissa?
Just Melissa.
Just Melissa.
I leveled up too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. How close are you,
Drum those
Mara?
spiders.
I'm at 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh.
Tell you what, as you cradle this warm, comforting brick, after all of those spiders, you can go ahead and go up to level 3.
Yeah.
Just cause we're closing in on the end. Maybe just 1 or 2 episodes left.
And because you already had her power picked.
Well, that helps. That helps. Hey, you want to do some props while I add that on here?
I'm gonna give my props to Melissa for I'm gonna leave you all behind to get high.
Don't
That's pretty
deny it.
great.
You know you were. I would come back and all 3 would be cuddled around the cube. You know, just
Hey, it's
It's
not my
not,
fault.
you're not wrong.
It's a dank cube sesh.
Why you gotta say it like it's a bad thing?
because I'm currently the only one conscious. among the four of us.
Oh, so
fair.
you're gonna steal them both?
That's fair.
That sounds like a you thing.
Okay.
I think she will.
And then we're
I'll
all
just
gonna
run
start.
off and find Rebecca.
Then we're all gonna be cube heads, chasing you for the cube, and then there's a big cube fight. You taking notes, Jen? I think this might really be good for
Melissa
like
is the
a
one.
blooper reel.
Melissa's the one I least expect to betray us. She seems actually level-headed, hasn't tried to hurt anyone else or steal from us or run away. She's
Yeah.
actually just there and trying to be helpful.
Those are the
Yeah,
ones you
fully
have to
trust me.
watch.
Mara, I have added your new power.
Yeah.
Who are you giving props to?
I'm going to give props to Brayden. Because she wasn't fully expecting when like he immediately came to help me out with and then just like slamming the cube onto me to try to help me out.
How unexpectedly kind.
Oh yeah.
Melissa.
I gotta give it to Rook for his briefly turning evil monologue that you gave towards the beginning when I
Okay.
called you Emperor Palpatine. Yes.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Else.
Alright. Last but not least.
I gotta give it. I'm gonna have to give it to Brayden just for the sheer. What the fuck are you doing with the spear and trying to cut the guy's leg off? What had to happen between last session and this one to make you go from combat, I will feast upon their waking bodies? Because that's some shit like I'd expect maybe some of my characters to do. Not so much you.
But Brayden's starving. He's at fatigue 3. He's not
He
above
could have
cannibalism.
eaten!
You could have eaten.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust them. He'd rather eat them than their food.
This is the consequences of your own actions.
Just completely out of
bitch.
character really quick. What did Brayden think would happen if he ate them?
A little bit of cannibalism. His belly would have been full.
Yeah, but they eat the food he thought was poison.
He was not connecting those dots. Remember?
Just saying.
Remember where I took the minuses?
half of me wanted
minuses?
you to succeed just so I could punish you.
Gets the
Yeah.
cannibal shakes. It's just craving human flesh.
It's just the
entire
meat
game.
sweats.
You're gonna turn into a Wendigo.
Kuru.
I was gonna say Kuru.
No. Yeah.
Prion diseases are terrifying, you guys.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I'm so scared of prion diseases. It's how you get
Just so
zombies.
you know, any respect or like, hey, Brayden's sort of a semi-decent guy. He's a little weird. Yeah, no, that is all gone now because you tried to eat someone.
Yeah, that is a pretty big societal no-no.
Yeah.
That someone was trying to kill us.
We're trying to purify
But
you.
someone was unconscious.
Okay, look. Murder, I get it. It's personal, it's impersonal, but ultimately speaking, there's a line.
A
The
man's
goal
gotta
is
eat.
to... Says the man who literally went ahead and just went head first into the compost bin.
Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us this long. If you're on YouTube and you're still watching, if you could give us a like or a comment or a subscribe. The internet gods like that. They like us a little more if you do it. We also have a
Tell them your
Discord. We hang out,
theories.
vote on games, join games. I'd like to see you in a game. Yeah, you. You specifically. Talking to you. And we have a Patreon. Links of all that are down below if you want to explore a little bit and get to know us a little bit more. I've been your DM Duchess, JenOfThieves, and these fine, fine, brave players. We have Mitch as Brayden, Chef as Rook, Chi Chai Tea as Mara, and the Lushak as Melissa. Hope to see you again next week here on Snare Island. If not, we also have a Dagger Heart campaign coming up, second half, and we have a Demon the Fallen campaign also coming up on the end sometime soon. Either way, there's a lot of our faces on the internet. We're glad to see you. I hope you have a good night.